So hello again, chums. It's so good to be with you, especially at this time. Things have been busy. Maybe you've been busy with your loved ones. Hope you've kept well. Hope you've kept safe, kept your distance and things like that. We think of you here at East Belfast, especially from Engage with Age. We think of you much. You'll see behind me here. I'm in the office. You see behind me some lovely little drawings and decoupage and things that got done by people like yourself. It was done for the Festival of Windows session. It's so lovely. There's about 8 or 10 of them here in the office. And I've just got some of them here behind me because it fills a space and it takes a better look. It takes a look away from me as well, which I'm happy with. So I'm happy with this time of year. We look forward to a season that we can share love with. We can be happy with the season. What is it? The song goes, "'Tis the season to be jolly." And there's things that are happening around us that help us to be that way. And I know that it comes a time when there's a giving and a receiving at Christmas. It's always been the way for many centuries, a giving and a receiving. And I've come today to show you a couple of little ideas that you might want to use as a giving. All right. And usually the giving comes in a little gift pouch. Now, I got this idea from one of our own people and one of the crafters around. I've just made it my own. I've made it a wee bit different. Everybody does that. So thanks to you, Anne, for this idea that you've given me. And I want to share it with you so that you can do one too. Very, very simple. It looks complicated, but it's only as complicated as you might want it to be. Of course, you don't have to use the stars and the stripe. You can use other Christmas colours that you might be able to find in other places. It really comes from a great big giant 12-inch square piece of cardboard. Now they come in a pack. You get them from the works or you get them from the range. They're a double-sided Christmas printed. And these are ideal. Now they're just a little bit too big. I'm going to fold the camera down so I can show you just a little bit how to reduce it and how to fold it and how to make it into from a large sheet of cardboard into a little pouch. All right. So if you bear with me, I'm going to fold you down in a wee second. Let's see where I'm working. I hope that's fine with you. So look, always try and, if you're going to cut anything, always try and cut on something that's safe. And the thing is, you have to be careful of your Chippendale. You don't want to damage your Chippendale. And so what I've got here is one of those old school rules. I remember getting wrapped in the knuckles with one of these, with a wooden one. I'm sure you do too. So look, the 12 inches by 12 inches is just a little bit big for what we want to end up with. So I'm suggesting that you stay with the 12 inches because you'll need it to fold, but cut 3 inches off it. So I'm going to measure 9 inches from one side to the other. Now, if you really weren't handy with a knife, please don't use one. You can either just rule a line from your two markings that you have and use a pair of scissors. In fact, that's what I'll do. I don't want to encourage you to use a knife. Others might just use a knife to do that, but I don't want to encourage you. Look, with a lovely pair of kitchen scissors, I just want you to separate 3 inches. Now I'll come to fold this over. So what I want you to do is, look, the middle two folds are the same size, and the one at the top is the shorter of the two. So what I suggest you do is to measure 3 inches along the long side, all right, 3 inches. Now I'm talking old money here, inches. That's about 75 centimeters, I think, in today's. Now, when you're using your scissors, don't use the sharp side. What I suggest is you use the blunt side of the scissors, all right? So if you take that wee mark from there to there, maybe you've already got a folder in the house. Maybe you're up to scratch with your crafting, and that's so good. I'm going to make a wee marking on this, right? So that it'll fold. If you have to, do it twice. And that will give us a lovely little sharp fold. Now what you want to do is do the half of this one. All right. And the half of this one is 4.5 inches. Anybody who can do their sums, 3 from 12 leaves 9, and a half of 9 is 4.5. Just measure your 4.5 inches from the one side. And again, using your scissors, make a little mark on the back of the scissors, yeah? Not too deep or it'll just fall apart when you... Right, and so then what we want to do is along that fold is to make it nice and sharp. And there we have our little pocket, all right? There we have our little pocket. So what I want you to do then is to get some double-sided tape in order to keep this little pocket, from opening up at the sides. I want you to use some double-sided tape. Now look, I have one already done, but what I like you to do is along one edge, double-sided tape, turn it around and do the others, and do the other edge. It's only going to go up halfway because this is going to fold over on itself. And if you're very careful, I want you to take the little white bit of strip off the double-sided tape, leaving the little stickiness, yeah? Very, very easy to take a whole lot off and ruin it. The same with this side. Just carefully take off the little double-sided white strip, the greaseproof paper, leaving the stickiness, and then very gently pour into the middle. And with your finger, as I say in East Belfast, your finger, rub that down, both sides, even with your thumb. If you can't manage that, maybe ask someone to do that for you. That makes that nice and tight. And look, there's your little pocket. That's your little pocket. And then in this corner, look, I just want you to fold the corner up. And that just gives it a wee embellishment, right? And look, I have a little piece of double-sided foam in the corner. And if you just tuck that up in and stick it, that becomes a little eye catcher. So now we're going to decorate it. And there's lots of lovely things in and around the shops that you can buy. Maybe you already have some in your home, stuck away in a cupboard from last Christmas. I have these lovely little woodies. They're called woodies because they're made of wood. But that's the natural name, lovely little stars made out of wood. And all I'm going to do is start and put some of those wee things onto this. I've also got some chocolate money. And chocolate money is always associated with Christmas. I remember when I was a boy getting 2 pennies in my stocking, and it wasn't one of these red and white and green fancy American stockings. It was my dad's old sock. And right at the bottom, you might have got tuppence, or if you're very lucky, a 3D bit. But look, the chocolate money is associated, as you know, with Christmas. And I want you then to start and put some of this on. So look, right up here in the corner, let's put something here. Maybe a snowflake. This makes it so three-dimensional that your eye will alight on some of those things. A little snowflake. And look, I've also been able to capture some of these wee motifs that you put on the side of a gift, one that you write your name and address on, put it in the centre as well, right? I really don't think you should put a whole lot on this, on the top of it, that is, because then it just becomes very gaudy, if that's the right word, Gawdy. But even just 3 or 4 things on the top, maybe a nice wee glittery snowflake. You might have a Santa Claus, or you might have a reindeer, or a little red robin. Can I suggest that you put just 3 or 4 things along the top, but try and bind them together. Don't have them all spaced out. Have at least a couple of them bound together, and it's pleasing to the eye. Now look, as you noticed on these ones here that I've done earlier, it makes it nice and personal when you can put their name on it, all right? And rather than just writing their name onto the pouch, you can get these lovely little sticky back letters, like a Scrabble letters. You can get them 3-dimensional wooden, but these ones here just come on a sheet, and they're very, very inexpensive. £1 gets you 4 of these. So if you had 2 or 3 friends together, you could make 2 or 3 of these to go around friends. So I'm just going to put a name on the outside of this, and I'll just show you. Try and do it in a way that you can see it, all right? But I'll make up a name. Frida. How about Frida? I wonder, does anybody know of Frida? Sure you do. Very old-fashioned name. Frida. And rather than sticking it face to face and side by side, it's always a nice idea. Hope you can see that. It's always a nice idea to make it a higgledy-piggledy. It just adds a wee bit of joy. It adds a wee bit of bounce to it also, all right? Whatever the name is. And then finish it off maybe with another wee motif, another wee woody. There's a lovely wee range of woodies, if you like, they call them that, in Sainsbury's. They're just toppers, or they're present toppers, but you get all sorts of little woodies, and they can become obviously a little crafter's paradise. Now, look, that's it finished on the outside. I really just want to give you a couple of wee ideas of what to put inside. Now, I just have a packet of wipes and maybe a chocolate bar, a curly whirly, or whatever it is, but you could put in there maybe a packet of shortbread. You could put in there a DVD token, a book token. You could put in there a pencil and pen. You're going to be the giver, so you think of what you're going to put inside. Now, look, in order to help it close over, what I suggest you do is this. There's these little Velcro squares, right? So if you put one of the Velcro squares on the top, underneath, maybe the hooks, and the other one, the softer one, underneath, make sure you get them lined up. Put them together first of all. Press down nice and gentle, and then when you lift it off, that keeps it so close together. Velcro, it's a lovely invention. It was invented in the space industry. And now you have a little pouch. So simple. You can make it as extravagant as you want, but I think the simplest ideas are go down better, and people will look at that. Now that looks Christmassy. Whatever ends you put inside will make it personal And whatever, obviously, the name of the person makes it as personalised as also, and they'll know that this has been done by you. So I hope you have fun with these. Obviously, there's no limit to what you can do. As I say, I got this idea from Angie, and I have made this my own, something different. I'm hoping that you'll do the same. Make it your own by whatever you do with it. This is just some of the things that we do with Engage with AIDS and also with Dementia Friendly Group. There's lots more that you can look into at our Facebook, Dementia Friendly, eastbelfast.com. We really wanted to have a safe and happy Christmas as it comes into season. Lots of things will be happening, and sometimes we wish we're somewhere else. But if you're safe where you are, well, I think that's better for all of us. Have a good Christmas. Have a happy Christmas. Have a safe Christmas.